I'm gonna be tier listing the Rocket League Rumble power-ups, and I made this tier list, and it has all of these power-ups here. There definitely needs to be more. Like, this doesn't even look like that much power-ups. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 11 power-ups, and there definitely needs to be more. But anyways, I'll do the grapple first, because that's the first one that I got. So you can just grapple to the ball by using this grapple, and it's like kind of bad if somebody puts the ball into the goal before you used it, and it takes a while, so you don't know where the ball is gonna be whenever you hit it. So maybe D, probably. Yeah, I'll put it in D. Then tornado, I don't really understand why it's so good, because you just make a tornado that you can make opponents spin around in your tornado, and you can also make the ball go around in the tornado. But it isn't really that useful. I might put it in F, but E. Sure, I'll put it in E. Next one is the freeze. It is so useful that, like, you can use it to freeze it from your own net, or you can use it to, like, freeze the ball to get a goal. Like, it is so useful, unless somebody hits it while you activate it, but it's still really useful. Maybe put it in A. It just freezes the ball until someone hits it, and there's like a weird glitch, I think, but it's like the ball is so frozen, but it swells whenever you use the plunger, and then you use the freeze thing. I forgot how to make it, but it's still really good though. I'll put in A. Now we have the swapper. It just swaps your opponent's car, and I can't really find many situations where you're gonna actually use this. And it's useful whenever you need to get a goal, but it takes a little bit to swap cars. Maybe you can like get in a weird position and then switch it so you can actually like trap your opponents for a little bit. So maybe put it in C. It's still pretty useful, but still in C. Next is spikes. This is really, really good because you can like just take the ball. It's like Spike Rush, but you can still use your boost while you're using it and grabbing the ball. It only has like a time limit, but it's still really useful. Maybe I'll put it into A tier because if you get really lucky, then it's really useful, but most of the time you can't even use it and the other players are hitting it. So maybe I'll just put it in A. And we got the spring guys, we got the boots and the haymaker. So the boots will just do what the haymaker does, but to cars. It isn't that as useful as the haymaker. Maybe just put in C. It's definitely less. It is like instant if you don't want the opponents to score. So actually, I'll put it in B. The haymaker does the same thing, but with the ball. This is so useful. I'm gonna put it in S because you can either use it to defend, which is kind of bad use, and you can also use it for the net, and it's just really, really useful. So definitely S tier. Next is the magnet. It's kind of like the haymaker, but not at all. It's like it pulls the ball towards your car, and while it's you can just pull the ball to your car, but only if the ball is close. It is actually really useful, so maybe I'll put it in low A tier. Yeah, that's good. Then here's the disruptor. It's not that useful because like if your enemy is empty, then and you can also use this to fly. You can just tell your car wherever you want to go, and then it'll make you go there. And it's actually pretty useful for the opponent whenever you're using it, because like your opponent gets 100 boost after, and even though it's still kind of bad for the opponent if they keep going, it's still pretty bad because the opponent can use it. I'll put it in low D tier. That's good. Next up is the power hitter, which is actually pretty useful because like you can hit the ball so far away, and you can immediately demo your opponents instantly without needing any speed. I'm thinking of doing this in above the magnetizer. Yeah, it's actually really good. And the last thing is the plunger. So the plunger, it is so useful. I'm thinking of putting it in S because you just no. Well, like, this is so useful because you just pull the ball towards your car and you can use it to drag it away from your net or towards the opponent's net. It is in S tier, but the haymaker is obviously the top tier. So this is my completed tier list. If you want to, you can go to this and then do a tier list too. And I'll put the link in the description. And so yeah, that's it. It's kind of quick. Maybe I'll do some other tier lists using this. Yeah, I also made this a long time ago, and I just didn't make it for some reason.